Okay, good morning. We're going to go ahead and start on our warm-up for today, which states write 7 sentences using the affixes on the handout, okay? So go ahead and let me pass out the handout, and then we're going to go from there. The handouts that I'm going to pass out will help you because it gives you several common prefixes and suffixes, okay? So when you write your sentences, you may look at the prefixes and suffixes, and you also have key words that can help you out as well. You're welcome. Deontay, I'm sorry. Could you take your hood off, please, and turn around in your seat, please? Okay. All the way off, please. Thank you. There you go, sweetheart. Okay. I'm going to give you your own. This really was someone else's from the last class. They just left it, but I'll give you your own just in case they come back, because they're going to need it themselves to study. In fact, it may be a good idea because we'll do this. Keep this. And I need to make a few more copies. Here you go, sweetheart. So go ahead and write your 7 sentences using the affixes on the handout, please. Deontay, come here, sweetheart. Are you okay? Okay, remember I asked you to take your book. What is wrong?
I just keep getting bloody nose after I present it.
Okay, well, I hope you feel better, but I need you to take your hood off. I can't say that anymore now, okay? Because you're in a building, and you can't have your hood on in a building, okay? Questions?
Can you go and write this one here? On the homework?
What's wrong?
Can you go and write this one here?
Yes, you may write in your notebooks.
Just write all of it?
No. What you're doing, remember the instruction states, write 7 sentences using the affixes on the handout. We covered this the other day, previously, the affixes, prefixes, or suffixes. Affixes means prefixes and suffixes. So either or, you can just look on your sheet and choose whichever words you would like to write your sentences. Okay?
Just write 7 sentences?
Yes. And you choose the ones you want to use. You can use prefixes and suffixes. Just look at the ones you want to use and write a sentence of your choice. Are there any other questions? I need to see everybody working, please. Latavius, are you okay? And make sure you come prepared.
Why it's cold in here really bad? I can't be going to go stuff because
Excuse me, sweetheart. I need you to go ahead and do your work, please. You'll be okay. It's not cold in here. Go ahead and do your work, please. Okay? If you need help, let me know. Yes.
can we use both sheets or just one?
Well, basically, I prefer you to use prefixes and suffixes. That's what I prefer. But I see, listen closely, I see a couple of people, it seems like you're not putting in any effort. If there's a problem, you need to let me know, but you have to do your work or you know, they're gonna be, it's gonna be a problem. Now, go ahead and do your work. What's wrong, Deontay? Okay, well, just try to do your work, it'll be okay. It's like, just do your work, sweetheart. Yes?
Does it matter what's
The amount of word that I use.
Well, I actually had a student from the last class that actually wanted to do more. He did 8. So if you wanna do more, fine, and that's great.
What do we need to do in these?
After you've completed them, then I'll let you know what to do afterwards.
Does it matter what the sentence about? Like, I have to put these words in it, and what's the sentence supposed to be?
I mean, it's your choice, sweetheart, whatever you want to write about. Your choice. For instance, let's look at one. We covered dis. This means not or the opposite of, right? And they have an example of disagree. So you can write a sentence with disagree. I know we did dishonest. For instance, let's say disagree. Who can think of a sentence with disagree?
I disagree to do my work.
I disagree. Repeat that.
I disagree to do my work.
I disagree to do my work. I disagree with completing my work, or that sounds,
Completing with my work.
okay. Or I disagree. I disagree with the gentleman that sits in the front seat, something like that, like
Like
you
say-
do not agree with something.
Yeah, say if my mom said no to a game or something like that, I disagree to that game. Like, you cannot have that game.
Okay.
Or somebody asks, or if you ask us, do you agree with now? I could say I disagree with that.
That's true too. Like if exactly. Did you want to say something? I didn't hear you, sweetheart.
I was gonna say a sentence.
Okay, go ahead.
I disagree with my sister.
I disagree with my sister. Basically, disagree means to not agree. And kind of think of it this way. If you would walk up to me or another person and let's say you make up a sentence and you will not feel right saying it to another person. If you think your sentence, if you can't say it to another individual, more than likely there's an error in your sentence. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying? If it doesn't make sense when you're talking to a person, more than likely you shouldn't write it down on your paper, because it's probably an error in the way that it was written. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a few more minutes. Deontay, come here, sweetheart. I need you to come here. Come step. Let's go and talk for a second. Let's go, right here. Do you want to go to the office now and talk to the officer again? Okay, then you can find out why you're so cold. Okay, well, go ahead and try to do your work, okay? If it gets too unbearable, then we'll talk about it more, but I need you to do your work. And, come here, Deontay. Go over there and do your work like everybody else. Okay, I'm gonna give you a few more minutes to finish, please. I appreciate how Khadidra and Isabel, really, the majority of the class is working like they should. We want to make that 100%. You're doing your work like I asked you to. You're working mannerably. I appreciate that. Raise your hands if you need any assistance, okay?
If I'm done, can I just look over?
Of course. Her question was if she's done, could she look over her handout? Of course. All that does is increase your understanding of prefixes and suffixes. Really, that helps you also when you come across words you may not know. It can actually help you discover the meaning of words. So of course, that's the purpose of the handouts, so you can learn the prefixes and suffixes. So of course,
What is AL?
make sure you raise your hand. Okay, yes.
What is
A-L and I-A-L, having characteristics of. Deontay, go ahead and get your things and go to the office, sweetheart. Get your things. Just sit up, get your things, and go to the office. And I'll meet you there soon. And write your 7 sentences as you wait. Go ahead and go. Okay, again, if you're done with your 7 sentences, you may go ahead and I really want you to go ahead and study your prefixes and suffixes like Khadidra asked me. That's a great idea.
Miss Miller?
She's not in now. May I help you? Let me see if she stepped outside. Could you hold, please?
Do you have the flowers?
Hold on, ma'am. Here she is. The intercom. Someone is on the intercom.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have Deontay flowers?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you send them to the office, please?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sweetheart. Okay, I'm going to give you maybe like, looks like the majority of you are done or almost done. So I'll give you like 2 more minutes, a couple of more minutes, and then we're going to move on. Again, use your handouts to help. I see Zach is using his handout to help. Good job. Well, to help with the meanings of a lot of different ones.
I'm using most of the words.
You can use different words also. You don't have to use those.
I used some of the words.
That's fine. If you did that, that's fine.
And I put some of my own sentences.
Okay, good. Your choice. You studied them? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Did that make sense?
Isn't over the look like?
Does it make, think about it, would you walk up to me or anybody else and say that to them? Read it, what does it say? Can I do my homework return? Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. Think about, what word are you trying to use? I mean, what prefix? Read? Again. Think of another, sentence. Make sure it makes sense now.
Does it overlook, mean like I don't go over it? Or does it mean I will go over it?
What are you looking at?
Like, over.
Over, you wanna use overlook? I do not.
Overlook. I was gonna overlook.
What about I did not overlook? Whatever you wanna add. Make sure you use the correct verb in everything. Yes. ED. And an example, what example did they give you? How? Did you wanna use that or another one? I mean, you can use that one or another. Which one did you use? Okay. Are you trying to think of a sentence for that? Think. What could you say for hop? Hold on, sweetheart. What is?
I would run for boxes too.
Okay. Okay, hold on for 1 second. Right now, she's looking at another one now. What sentence would you like to write for that? I thought you were looking at hop. Which one are you using? Oh, you wanna just use ED. And what did you say again? ED. Think of some other words that is in ED. Past tense. Past tense verbs, ED. Hop, jump, skip. Right? Okay, so think of sentences using. Those are just examples. There are many. Returned. ED, past tense. Think of an action in the past tense of it. Hop, jump, skip. Okay, that's one. Okay. Estimate, EST. Oh, okay. EST. IMATE. That's IM. Is that an M?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure it looks like it. Make sure it looks like an M, because it looks like an E. Make it legible or clear. Okay. Okay, listen closely. Let's quickly go over affixes. Who wants to tell me what are affixes? Who knows? Who remembers what affixes are? Raise your hands, please.
It's telling you the suffixes and prefixes.
Okay, affixes are suffixes and prefixes. Okay? And okay, make sure you raise your hands. And what is it? And don't interrupt me. What are instructions? But what is it, sweetheart? Sister is SISTER. Okay. What is a prefix? Character.
Like, it's a word that you can add
At the beginning or end?
beginning.
At the beginning of a root word or a base word? Okay, good. Who knows what suffix is? Isabel?
It's the word that comes behind.
Behind what?
The root word.
A root word, good. And who wants to give me an example of a prefix, which you have plenty on your handout, but who wants to just give me one? Now, of a prefix, remember what I'm asking, a prefix. means it comes before the root word.
We overlook you.
Okay, overlook. No, what I wanted you to do was give me an example of the prefix. What is the prefix?
Over.
Over, and what does over means?
Over means
Over
Over.
means,
over.
okay, and your example that you were giving, that you gave me earlier is what? Overlook? And what's the sentence for that?
We are overlooking.
In that sentence, it will be, we are overlooking you. But, and you, in that case, you're using a prefix and suffix, because you use ing, and you added that at the end. You understand? Okay, who wants to give another one? Good. Carrington? Another
For.
prefix. Okay.
Meaning before the keyword forecast.
Forecast. Okay. And you wanna give a sentence for that? Did you give a sentence for that one?
I think so.
Okay, what sentence did you use?
Wash your hand forecast you eat.
What did you say?
Wash your hand forecast you
No, in that case, you need to know the definition of forecast. All right? Do you know, for means before, but you need to know the entire definition. So do me a favor, go to the dictionaries on the shelf and look up the word forecast. While she's doing that, who wants to give me a suffix? Khadijah?
able can be done.
Okay, able, can be done. Did you want to, let's see, did you want to give me a,
It's A-B-L-E. I think that's able or.
yeah, you're right, it's able, A-B-L-E or I-B-L-E. And you're right, it means can be done. And what example did you have? Or,
Carrington was very double books her friend.
okay, she used the word that's not on the sheet. She said lovable. That means can be done, exactly. Love can be done, okay? Good job. Who wants to give another for, on the sheet it has comfortable. Okay, so in that case, the key word they have is comfortable. That means comfort can be done. It kind of give you an example of, it kind of really explains the word better. If you can break it down, if you know what the prefixes and suffixes are, it will help you define what the word really means. You already know what love means, and you know that the A-B-L-E is, it means can be done, so it's really helping you to define the word. Lovable, you know what comfort means. Most people, if you know what comfort means, and you add the A-B-L-E, it means can be done. Comfort can be done. Basically, it kind of helps you define the word. Does everybody understand? For instance, ed, you see that a lot that's a suffix, ed, past verb tense. You see that a lot because, of course, we read sentences and write sentences and pronounce sentences all the time. I jumped on the rope. The cat jumped on the tree. I'm thinking of something randomly here, but it's the past tense. That means it already happened. When you put the ed at the end, it means it already happened. Who wants to give me, you used ed, right? You used hop. What sentence did you write, Isabel? I jumped over a jump rope. That means it already has happened by her saying jump, the ed at the end, and let me write it on the board. She said, I'm going to actually write her sentence on the board. I jump over the She said jump rope.
Yes.
Okay. That was Isabel's sentence. This is the verb, which we're gonna talk about more, but jump. We know, we know what jump means, right? Okay, but she added ed, which is the suffix, and that's the past tense form of jump. That means it already happened. The ed is letting you know it has already taken place. It has already taken place. It's not something that's going to happen in the future. It's not something that's happening now. The ed lets you know it's the past tense. It has already occurred. It already happened. Does everybody understand? So in that case, the suffix ed lets you know it has already taken place. Does everybody understand, Khadidra?
Or she could have put aha.